Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 1st September 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different weekly reports. Even before that, all of you please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So at our channel, from the community tab or from the tab post, you please click and then you get access to this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training videos. You click on the link. Now we are into the playlist supply demand zone price action course. Here you have all the training lessons are available. So far we have completed 24 training lessons. From these 24 training lessons, you can find 62 training videos. And you need to access, you need to study this training program from lesson 1.1. And it is available at the bottom of the page. So please scroll down to the bottom of the page. And here, starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills related to supply demand zone price action. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. So from the video description, please join at our Telegram channel. It will be helpful to you each time when we release a new YouTube video or any other important updates we will provide. Even training instructions also available at some of the old posts in this video. Or you can also access the training instructions at the second half of this video. Second half of the video, training instructions I have given for all the members who wants to learn the course. That's why I added this video recently. Okay, now let's get into the report generation, different weekly reports. First report I'm going to generate for weekly time frame. Let us find the stocks near where price closed near to the weekly demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. I will be giving you few seconds time to watch this report. So please pause the video. Once you study, you can further proceed with the video. In case if you don't understand the structure of this report, I request you complete our training video 21.1. That is a part 1 of lesson 21. In that video, I have explained each and every column in detail, their values, their abbreviations, everything I have explained in detail. Even also I have explained by taking the timestamps from leg in and leg out columns and also the base candle count, how you can draw the zones in TradingView chart application. Okay, now let's proceed with the next report. For weekly time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside the weekly supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside weekly demand zone. 13 stocks are filtered. In all these 13 stocks, prices are closed inside the weekly demand zone. Also, please remember some of these weekly demand zones are pierced. How to take advantage of these pierced zones? In important analysis and videos playlist, you can find a video about pierced zones. There I have explained few strategies. But anyway, as part of our training program, I am also going to explain in detail how to trade with pierced zones, how you can take care of, how you can take advantage by taking pierced zones. A lot of advantages are there. I will explain in detail. But an overview already I have given in the video pierced zone. Okay, the next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside weekly supply zone. So good number of stocks are filtered. Let me scroll the list down. So total 24 stocks are filtered, where price closed inside weekly supply zone. Some of these weekly supply zones are pierced. Okay, in the next report for weekly time frame, let us find the tested weekly demand zones, the stocks that are having a tested weekly demand zones. These two stocks are filtered. These two stocks having weekly demand zones are tested during this week. In the next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks having weekly supply zones are tested during this week. So these 15 stocks having weekly supply zones are tested during this week. Okay. The next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks having newly created weekly demand zone. And these 22 stocks are having a newly created weekly demand zones. The next report for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks having newly created weekly supply zones. So only one stock is filtered. This stock having the supply zone is tested during this week. Sorry, not tested, created during this week. Sorry for my mistake. This supply zone is created during this week. Okay, next reports are about filtering the stocks based on EMA confluence and zone confluence. Let us look into different complex scenarios. So entry time frame is weekly. And let us find the stocks weekly demand zones are having a weekly EMA confluence. So we have EMA confluence in the weekly time frame. Let us find the weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. Let's filter. But before filtering, we have to add one more filter. Because EMA confluence makes sense only in the trending market, but not in sideways market. So that is the reason why in the trend, zone violation trend, in the weekly time frame, I am adding the uptrend. So weekly trend should be uptrend, and the weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence makes sense. Exactly the same way, reverse way. If it is weekly supply zone having EMA confluence, at the time we need to select downtrend. That we will see in the next report. If the list is big, we will add one more trend, the swing high-low trend. That is pivot high-low trend. If the list is big, if both the trends are uptrend, then it is even much powerful. Because pivot high-low trend is also very powerful trend calculation mechanism. But only thing is, it reacts a little slower compared to zone violation. Zone violation trend is very quick. Pivot high violation trend little slow, but very solid. The trend, once it tells it is uptrend, it is very solid, accurate. So we got a very big list. But anyway, for the reference, let me scroll the list down. You can pause each time and then you can proceed. So total 56 stocks are filtered. Even if you look into the search strategy, here in the search strategy, zone violation trend is a weekly trend is uptrend and EMA confluence. So weekly demand zone should be weekly EMA confluence. So what we do, let us reduce this filter further by adding one more trend, that is a pivot high-low trend, also called as swing high-low trend. In the swing high-low trend, weekly time frame also selecting up. If both the trends are up, those stocks are very solid. See, now the list is reduced. Let me scroll the list down. Now 29 stocks. Now the list is reduced to 29 stocks. So definitely we can say these 29 stocks are having a very powerful mechanism because they are having a weekly EMA confluence and also trend is uptrend. So any of your favorite stocks are there, you can pick up the stocks from this. And how we can make use this weekly EMA confluence, weekly zone as either as a HTF zone, or you can use it as a ITF zone. That way you can plan your trade setups. If ITF trend is also uptrend, then you can plan if you can use this as a HTF zone. Or if you are using this as a ITF zone, look for monthly zones also. Monthly zone is also sideways setup, and this is already uptrend. Monthly can be sideways or up, either one is okay. And weekly is ITF, so it is already uptrend. That way also you can plan your trade setup. It's up to you how you are making use of these zones and planning your trade setups. Okay, and the next report is if you want to further reduce these stocks, you can look for demand zone, this weekly demand zone and monthly demand zone confluence stocks you can look for. Zone confluence you can add. Let me add demand zone confluence, weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone. This way you can further filter. See, all these weekly zones are part of the monthly zone. And the weekly trend is up, monthly trend is up, and this one is sideways. This is quarterly trend. What you can do, you can take these three stocks. You can go for a fine-tune to daily zone. In the daily zone, you can plan the trade because both these zones, this is going to be HTF, this is going to be ITF, and whatever the daily zones you are identifying, they can be LTF. That way you can identify some bullish trade setups, stocks. This is how people can do by using. But anyway, our software is giving bullish and bearish trade setup stocks. But the only problem is you need to go for the premium service if you want to get automatically. But here you have to do manual analysis. Exactly the same way, bearish trade setup also we can look for. You can go for weekly time frame. Now let us identify supply zones are having a EMA confluence. So in the EMA confluence, in weekly time frame, we can look for supply zone with weekly EMA confluence. I can also add entry zone, supply zone. This is not compulsory for this calculation, but safe side. So weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. But when this concept is makes sense only if the trend is trending. So here downtrend makes more sense because we are looking for supply zones. When you want to go for supply zones, you always go for short trades. Short trade always downtrend should be very useful. That is the reason why in the trend, zone violation trend, weekly trend, I am selecting downtrend. If the list is big, the pivot high-low trend also we can set downtrend. Otherwise, this is good enough if it is a small list. Let's filter. Only 2 stocks are filtered. So there is no need to add any further filters. Whether these zones are having any zone confluence, if we want to know, next reports we will see. Without EMA filters, only zone confluence we will filter the stocks. Without EMA, without trend filters. Okay. So in the next report, the first one is anyway, it is weekly, is a PR zone. Okay, in the trend, not trend, sorry, zone confluence. Next we will filter based on the zone confluence. But the time frame should be weekly time frame. How many stocks are having demand zone confluence? Okay, which one we are referring? Weekly zone. So let us say weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. Let us identify how many stocks are getting filtered. So we got a big list. This is demand zone confluence. All these demand zones are having weekly zone or is part of the monthly zone. Let me scroll the list down. So total 53 stocks are filtered. In all these 53 stocks, these weekly demand zones are part of the monthly demand zone. Let's further reduce. We will see even HTF zone confluence. That is one more time for quarterly. That means weekly, monthly, quarterly demand zone confluence. LTF, ITF, HTF. That way you can treat. Let us assume weekly is the LTF. It need not be weekly, can be LTF. You can take weekly as HTF from this list. You can plan WIT trades, or you can use weekly as ITF. You can plan monthly income trades. Of course, directly you can take weekly entry. You can plan QIT trades, quarterly income trades. That is also possible. But anyway, let us add HTF filter, that is quarterly filter also. Already we enabled weekly demand zone with monthly. Next, weekly demand zone with quarterly is also I am enabling. And also ITF and HTF confluence, that is monthly and quarterly. This filter also I am enabling. That means the weekly zone is a part of the monthly zone, and both weekly and monthly is part of the quarterly zone. That is what LTF, ITF and HTF confluence means. Still we got good number of stocks. Maybe around 22 stocks or 23 stocks might be there. Let me scroll the list down. So total 22 stocks are filtered. All these 22 stocks we have LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Excellent. This is demand zone confluence. Next report we will look into the supply zone confluence. So entry time frame is weekly. That way we can assume. Need not be. You can use weekly zones as a LTF, as a HTF or ITF. Okay, in the supply zone, weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. That is LTF and ITF confluence. But the same zone you can use HTF, weekly zone as a HTF or ITF, and you can further fine tune to daily level or 75 minutes level. So all these weekly zones are having confluence with monthly zone. Let me scroll the list down. So total 24 stocks are filtered. Now out of these 24, how many are having even HTF confluence? That is quarterly zone confluence. Weekly, monthly and quarterly zone confluence. So the supply zone confluence. So already we selected weekly supply zone with monthly. Next, weekly supply zone with quarterly. Also I am enabling. Next, monthly and quarterly supply zone also I am enabling the filter with all the three. Weekly is inside monthly. Monthly is again weekly and monthly again inside quarterly. Overlapped. So 7 stocks. These 7 supply zones are overlapped with quarterly and monthly. Weekly zones are overlapped. You can plan these stocks. If you feel this is a combination is a deadly combination, how you can plan? Either you can plan a weekly zone as a HTF zone, or you can plan a weekly zone as a ITF zone. But you need to further fine tune these weekly zones with weekly supply zones with either a daily time frame or 75 minutes time frame. If you are using HTF, you need to fine tune up to 75. If you are using weekly as a ITF, you need to fine tune up to daily. Of course, you should also identify monthly zone. Anyway, the weekly zone is inside the monthly. Because if you already completed the course, you know how to identify monthly zone, weekly zone. This list is helping you to reduce your time. If you really want to identify the stock UPL, you won't go directly to the UPL. You never know UPL is having a zone confluence. But anyway, it is a pierced zone. After doing analysis, you will identify it is a pierced zone. But software is easily giving you. Suppose if you want to do analysis on this Sriram Cements, you will start your analysis from ACC. So many stocks are there between ACC and Sriram Cement. You may find maybe another 100 plus stocks. By the time you reach to this Sriram Cement analysis, by the time the whole week will complete. But always this is the main reason why software is very, very important. So those who are already completed the courses, go for the premium service. Immediately stocks will be available to you. Those who are learning, don't go for the premium service. While learning, always without depending on the software, manually you have to do. Once you feel you got good experience, now you become an expert if you feel. At the time, take the premium service. It will save your time. The money you are paying each month is a very small amount, 5,000 rupees. Once your trade is successful, if it is a WIT trade or MIT trade, what will happen? You will get, at least you will earn maybe 50,000, 60,000 rupees within maybe 10 days or 15 days time period. So the money what you invested, you already got, and you got a very good profit. And if you compromise for that small money, so many times you will be missing big opportunities. Opportunities won't come every day, especially swing income trades. For a swing-based income trades, you need to patiently wait, but software will help you identifying the stocks quickly. Okay, anyway, before closing, let me give you the complete list of weekly zones. Any of your favorite stock is there, you can refer. So entry time frame is weekly. I am not adding any filters. I am filtering the complete list. So this is the weekly list. All the stocks, first 17 in this list are indices, sectorial, that includes all sectorial indices. Remaining stocks are equity stocks. But I have taken the list only from F&O listed stocks. But all these are all equity stocks. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. This is the end of the report. I hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.